Right.
Good afternoon, everybody. Time to get started. We apologize for the posts and pillars in the middle of the room. We had those added yesterday, but they put them in the wrong spot. It's going to be hard for a few of you to see the screen. We'll try to keep you in touch anyway. How many of you have never been to one of these sales and you're terrified that you're just about ready to do something really stupid with a lot of your money? At least one of you will. It's this guy right here. Watch him. We're going to go through the rules and regulations of the sale before we conduct it so that everybody's on the same page. You all have a copy of the complete rules in the book that you've got. We're going to touch on the high point, the things that are most regularly discussed, the most important things, the things people goof up once in a while, try to keep you out of the ditch. You have to have a valid photo ID in order to register today. You have to be able to prove who you are. You have to be registered prior to bidding. You can't just stand up and wave some money at us. It doesn't work. You have to have a bid card. When you bid today, you're accepting the rules as they're printed in the book. We're going to touch the high points. Read those rules if something's not clear to you. Ask the questions before you bid if you need to, if something's a little foggy. These properties have been through a judicial foreclosure process. They've been to court on this. The circuit court in the county where the property is located has entered judgment clearing title to this property and vesting it in the name of the county treasurer. There's been a foreclosure process on these that has taken place over a period of a couple of years. We've sent lots and lots of tax bills. If we got address corrections back, we chased those down. If people moved, sometimes we made efforts to even make phone calls to try to track people down. It's been published in the newspaper. We've sent somebody out to each and every property to talk to the occupants and post it if nobody was there. Certified mail has been sent. Hearings have been held. Everybody was notified they had until the end of March to pay the taxes or they lost the interest to the property. Like I said, it's been to court. We've seen the judge. We went and saw the judge and asked for a court order that clears all title interest to the lands and vests it in the county treasurer. It's done. It's on file at the courthouse. You can find one up there. Any ownership held under deeds or land contracts have been wiped away. Mortgages, security agreements, the rights of heirs under probate estates, construction liens, tax liens, water bills, property owner and condominium association fees, all things of that nature, void at the end of March. Whatever was there is gone. If you hear about it in the future, it's no longer relevant. Some things are not eliminated by a tax foreclosure. Easements to a property or easements across a property remain in place. So if you buy something today and it doesn't have road frontage, if there's an easement across somebody else's property, they can't prevent you from using that if it's a legal easement of record. If the mineral rights, or more appropriately the subsurface rights in this area, are held by a third party, they're still split off. Deed restrictions, condominium master deed covenants, zoning, and local ordinances like building codes still apply. It's basically title interests that have been eliminated by the court. The county treasurer owns this property. We're selling it to you. The exception here today is the one piece of property we're selling in Keweenaw County. Up there, we're not dealing with the county. It's the state that controls the sale up there, and we're selling that in the name of the state today and not in the name of the county. Please know what you are buying today. Do not buy based on an address, what somebody told you was on the property. What you are buying is what is legally described in the book that you've got in your hands. Every parcel we're selling today has a legal description of property. It's a subdivision name and a lot number, a condominium name and a unit number, or a measured description. That's what you're buying today. You're not buying addresses, you're not buying photographs, you're not buying descriptions or information you got third hand from other people. You're buying the legal description of property listed in that book, as is, where is, by quitclaim deed. There's no guarantee you can get title insurance on it. There are no guarantees, warranties, or representations of any kind other than the legal description in the book that you are looking at today. Properties that we're selling today can have just real boatloaded problems and troubles and all kinds of defects and things we don't even know about and things you don't even know about. Everything today is being sold as is. If you buy something today and it's got a structure on it and there's paint inside and it was built before the metal 1970s, please don't pick and eat the paint. It's not good for you. They can have lead-based paint, asbestos, infestation, bad foundations, frozen plumbing, leaking roofs, water and sewer lines that don't work anymore, underground storage tanks, contaminated soils, infestations of all kinds, encroachments, property line disputes. You're buying everything today as is. Please know what you're bidding on. That house right there in that picture on the screen, for those of you that can see the screen, that house is just up the road. I've been selling this stuff for 17 years. I have, in that whole period of time, only seen one piece of property that had every defect on that list, and that's it. It's right up the road behind Mr. Usamaki's place. You all know where I'm talking about. He was here before the sale this morning talking to us about it. We've sold that piece of property 3 times in 17 years. Because people buy it without doing their homework. They think they're getting a screaming deal, and then they go take a look at it. We're tired of selling some properties like that. If you don't know what you're bidding on, don't bid on anything today. But I got some good news for you, if you think that's kind of cute. We've sold that thing 3 times in the last 17 years, and we're going to sell it again today. It's right north of Bruce Crossing, right off the highway, up there behind Mr. Usamaki's place. So if you want to be the proud 4th owner of that, you just let us know. Make sure you know what you're bidding on. There are no refunds. The sale today is final. This ain't Walmart. You can't buy it, then discover that you made a boo-boo and bring it back. It doesn't work like that. When we sell property today, here's how we're going to do it. Everybody's got a copy of the sale book in their hands. We have identified 6 pieces. 6 pieces of land in this whole book that we have a lot of traffic in this room for and a lot of traffic online. We're going to sell those 6 pieces first. There might be something in here that's way at the end of the book that's got a lot of people waiting for it. We're not going to make a bunch of people wait. We're going to move some things right up front. So, if you are here for one of those 6 pieces, and I'll tell you the numbers, if you're here for one of those 6 pieces, you're going to be out of here pretty quick. Bad news is you have a lot of competition and you're not stealing it today. Those numbers are, look up the number you're waiting on, if it's more than 1. In Gogebic County, we've got 2 of them. 2220, oops, just 1. 2220 in Gogebic, we're going to sell first. And then in Houghton County, we're going to sell 2421. And in Iron County, we're going to sell 3,400, and there are 3 in Ontonagon that have a lot of traffic, 5,100, 5,113, 5,114. I'll give you those numbers one more time. In Baraga, none actually in Baraga. In Houghton County, I should say Gogebic County, 2220, Houghton County, 2421, Iron County, 3,400, and in Ontonagon, 5,100, 5,113, 5,114. We're going to sell those 6 first because they have a lot of traffic. Then we're going to go back to the beginning of the book and sell them in the order they're listed. We're going to skip the pieces nobody has indicated interest in.
3,400 is in Keweenaw County.
That's right. Okay, you corrected me. 3,400 in Keweenaw. So we're then going to go back to the beginning of the book and sell them in the order that they're listed, skipping the pieces nobody in the room has indicated interest in. Before we skip each piece, we'll ask if anybody here is interested in bidding on it. If nobody is, we go right by them. There's no sense in trying to sell you what you're not here to buy today. So that's how the sale works as far as the order.
What's the difference between the state sale and the county sale?
There is no difference between the state sale and the county sale except for the name of the seller. The bid increments, how we sell today. We're going to open everything in that book up at one of two different prices. Either the minimum bid you see listed in your book, or a higher bid if I already have one online. Like I mentioned, I've got a copy of the book here. We've been taking bids online until 11 o'clock this morning. I already know what those are, how high they are, and how many there are for each piece. I think I've got pieces of property in this book that I've already got 20 or 30 bids on. A lot of time we get 15 people all bid the minimum bid on something, but we still count them in. So we're going to take a look when we open a piece of property up at what that minimum bid is and other bids that are already online as of 11 o'clock, if we have any, and we're going to start at the higher of those two numbers. Once we open it up for sale, we then increase the bidding by the numbers you see on the screen. Until we hit $1,000 on a piece of property, we go up at least $50 at a time. $350, $400, $450, $500. Not 401, not 467 and 23 cents because your lucky numbers, round numbers, even increments, $50 bills. Over $1,000 till we get to $10,000, the minimum increase is $100 at a time. Round numbers, just the same, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. The people online have to bid in those increments. It's only fair that you do as well. Once we're over $10,000 on a piece of property, we then increase the bidding by a minimum of $250 at a time. 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 12,750. You guys can do something in the room that the people online can't do, and that is called jumping the bid. You'll see good examples of it, especially in the first 6 pieces where we have a lot of traffic, where if we open something up and it's $2,000 and I look in my book and I know that I've got a $50,000 online bid, and I got cards all over the room trying to bid $2,100, I might ask who wants to jump it to $5,000 or $10,000. We might jump the bid. I'll ask if anybody wants to do it. You can volunteer to do it too. If we open something up in the room and it's a couple $1,000s and you want it really bad, feel free to stand up and shout out $225,000. That's called jumping the bid. You'll get my immediate undivided attention. This is important stuff right here. Pay attention to this if you don't hear me say anything else. If whoever's next to you is napping, wake them up. They got to know this. You can't bid on property today if you have other property in these counties where you have delinquent taxes. It's against the law. You can't bid. If you do anyway, we're going to cancel them. You're not going to get the property. I got a phone call about a sale we did a couple of weeks ago down in Manistee. Lady came in. She had delinquent taxes all over the place and bought a couple pieces of property. Her file's getting sent up to the prosecutor's office probably first thing Monday morning. This is state law. It has a criminal penalty for it. If you have any delinquent taxes, any fingerprint on any piece of property in any of these counties, you can't have delinquent taxes over here in Iron and be buying today and go Giebig. That doesn't wash. If you have any delinquent taxes in any of the counties in this sale today, you can't bid. This also includes unpaid civil fines. If you have been cited by a city, village, or township for an ordinance violation, you didn't mow the grass, you didn't take away your junk car collection, and they did it for you and sent you a bill and you haven't paid it, you can't bid either. State legislature says so. And it's kind of a wide net. It's not just a tax bill necessarily that's in your name. And it's not necessarily just somebody in this room today bidding. You can't send somebody today to bid for you and send them with your check to pay for it. You can't send your brother-in-law to buy something today and then put the deed in your name. You can't have anything to do with this sale today. Bidding, buying, or being listed on the deed or paying for a piece of property today if you have any delinquent taxes, and not necessarily just in your name. If you have any business association, if you're here today trying to buy something and you're going to put it in a partnership name, if any of the partners have delinquent taxes, you can't bid today. If you co-own property with somebody else, even if it's not necessarily your responsibility to pay the taxes. If they're delinquent, you can't bid. If you own a deer camp with 5 other guys and one of the other guys is supposed to pay the taxes and they're not paid, if your name's on that deed, you can't bid today. This also applies to property that you hold title to that you might have sold to a third party on a land contract. If you have a title interest in any property in these counties, even if it's not your personal obligation to pay the taxes, if they're not paid, you can't bid. That's the law. Criminal penalty for doing so anyway. We'll tell you what that is in a minute. We have several kinds of bidders participating today. We have you guys here in the room with your red cards up in the air bidding on pieces of property. I've got bids that were placed online before 11 o'clock today. I've got those right in front of me. I know how many there are on how high they will go on each piece of property. We have a camera right on top of that projector right there on that little tripod. They can see and hear this auction all over the planet. They've given us a $1,000 credit card pre-authorization. We have verified their identities. There's no fake IDs on there. It's not my brother-in-law. They're real people that have put up real money. They can bid against you too by punching on the button on their computer at home. And in fact, we have pages of online bids today already. We also have paper absentee bids once in a while on certain properties. Somebody could not be here. They don't use the internet. Maybe they don't trust the internet. They send us something on paper. Sometimes we'll have bids of that nature as well. I'll remind the people bidding online, do not use the audio and video feed as your reference for what's happening in the room. You're going to be a day late and $1 short and buying the wrong piece of property. Use the text on your screen. It'll tell you what's happening in the room in real time. Also, a reminder to the people bidding online, we've had this happen a couple times lately, you do not need to test the system to see if it works. If you punch that button when it says $100,000, I guarantee you, you're going to be spending $100,000. You don't need to punch the button to find out if it works. It does. Believe us on that. There's a bunch of other rules and regulations in the book right there. You can read through them while we're waiting for your property to come up. It's all pretty common sense stuff. Any bid not received at the time the gavel comes down is considered not offered. You're entering into a legally binding contract, and decisions of the auctioneer are final. If you buy today, you have to pay in full today. That doesn't mean sometime next week. Had a guy buy at the auction a couple weeks ago downstate, said his insurance settlement check would be there in 2 or 3 weeks. That's not today. If you buy today, you have to pay in full today. There's no closing costs, no closing date. There's no time for you to go set up an appointment with your bank to get a mortgage on a piece of property. You have to pay for it cash on the barrelhead today. If you can't pay in full today, you shouldn't be bidding. If you came to the auction with not a red penny on you, I'm not sure that I can help you. If you're bidding online, you're going to get an email within 24 hours. Slightly different rules apply for the people online. We have to give them a little time to mail things in, to wire transfer their money. It's 3 or 4 or 5 days. It's not several weeks. If you can't pay very quickly, you should not be participating in the sale. When we're done, as we sell each piece of property, I put it in the computer in front of me, the winning bid. It's automatically already back there. You don't have to wait for the sale to be over. You can check right out and leave as soon as you want to.
I got a question, man.
Yes.
If somebody doesn't pay and clears up, does it go down to the next bidder?
We will discuss that.
Oh, okay.
The first $1,000 you give me today has to be a certified funds check. Cashier's check is what most banks call them. If you didn't bring it, we'll try to work something out. If you showed up today with nothing, you don't have anything, you shouldn't even be bidding. But you should have certified funds, cashier's check for the first $1,000. That is your non-refundable deposit. If you spend less than $1,000 today, you can write us a personal check for the whole thing. If you're spending over $1,000 today, the first $1,000 should be a non-refundable deposit. Over and above that, we'll take personal or business checks, money orders, cashier's checks, or credit cards. We don't have any more room in the van for beer cans. Sorry. Took all we could handle the other day in Marquette. So, over and above $1,000, you can pay us by just about any other form of regular payment, including Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. The first $1,000 should be certified funds. If your check bounces, your certified funds is a non-refundable deposit. You don't get it back, and you don't get the property. We don't take cash anymore. We used to. Too many troubles, and you shouldn't be carrying around that big of a wad of cash in your pocket anyway. What are you going to pay? Here's how the math works if you win today. There's going to be a final bid price arrived at here in the room. There are going to be 3 things added to that, so you can do the math on it while you're bidding. There's a 10% buyer premium. There is a $30 charge for the cost of recording your deed. Your deed's going to be recorded with the Register of Deeds before it gets sent back to you. There's also going to be collected today the summer tax bill. Michigan legislature says if you buy something at the sale, they're going to raise the cost just a little more and make you pay the summer taxes before you get the deed. At the end of each description, you will see the summer tax amount. That's going to be collected from you today at checkout. When you leave here today, all of the taxes on this property will be paid up right through now. So that's what you're paying today. The final bid price, 10%, $30, and the summer tax. If you're using a credit card, they're going to charge us 2.75% on top of the amount that you put on the credit card. We pass that along if you're using a credit card today. There's no sales tax, there's no 6% Michigan sales tax, and there is no transfer tax on sales of property from the government. If you need to leave the building, I don't know where you're going to go to get some money because it's a long way to Grandma's house and the banks aren't open on Saturday. I hope you came prepared to pay today and in full today. If you need to leave the building for a little bit to do something, let the clerks know what your bidder number is and how long it's going to take for you to come back. They can give you the exact amount of money that you need, but like I said, if you're looking for a certified check or trying to make some kind of a big withdrawal on a Saturday afternoon in Waters Meet, I think you're SOL. There's some paperwork in the book. It says deed information. We want you to give us the names and addresses of everybody you're putting on the deed to the property if you haven't already done it online. If you've been on the website looking up all the useful information on there, you've probably already filled something out. If you did, you can tell the clerks what your username is on the website. They can pull that stuff right over. It makes things go real smooth. If you have not already done so online, fill out this form. If you win a piece of property, please fill it out before you get in line. It makes things go a lot faster up there. You're going to be giving us the names and addresses of the people you want listed on the deed. Please do not use nicknames. Use the full legal name like it appears on your driver's license. And if you're putting somebody else's name on there and they're not in the room and you can't ask them if they have delinquent taxes, I'd make sure to find out before you did. You don't want to put somebody on that deed with you today that's got delinquent taxes, or that sale might get canceled. If you're buying property today with other people and you are not married to them, you're buying a camp, you're buying something for family members, you're buying something with a business partner, you need to tell us what happens to the title ownership of that property if somebody dies. If there are 2 or 3 owners, you're buying it with your siblings, and somebody tips over, somebody has a little too much soda pop and just fades away, what happens to their ownership of that property? On the back of that deed information form, actually it's a page or so after it, you'll see information on something called tenancy. Tenancy is the legal term of how property is held among joint owners. What happens if somebody dies? You're going to pick one of those options today. We're required to put it on the deed to property if it is sold to multiple parties that are not married. If you win something today, you're not leaving here with the deed. It's not like a title to a car. We don't sign it over and give it to you. We have to create a new one. We have to send it to the Register of Deeds and have it recorded. They take a picture of it, they index it in their computer, and then they send it back to you in the mail. That's going to take probably about 5 weeks. What you're going to leave here with today is a receipt. The receipt is your contract of purchase. It's your proof that you bought the property. Here is what is on that receipt. First of all, we're going to ask you to verify that all the information on it is correct. Please look very carefully at the spelling of your name and your address. If it's spelled wrong on the receipt, it's going to be wrong on the deed, and you don't want that to happen, so check it very carefully. If you brought somebody with you, have them look at it too. The list of properties you bought and the price that you paid, that 4-digit number in the left-hand column is going to be listed on the book. There's not going to be any kind of an address or anything else on there. Make sure that number is right, the right 4-digit number or 3-digit number, perhaps in some counties, and make sure the math is all correct. Once you leave here, you're going to have to wait in line if you need something changed, and that's really going to gum up the works. You're going to be agreeing to the terms of the sale, the rules and regulations, the things we're talking about now. You are agreeing that you're buying the property as is. There are no refunds. You can't change your mind. You've had the opportunity to think about it. You've had the opportunity to go drive by, and you're buying it as is. That's part of the agreement today. We're selling a lot of things today that have buildings on them that are not occupied. We have a few that are occupied, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We have a lot of property today that is unoccupied. It's either vacant land or it's a building that nobody's in. Technically, according to the law, you do not own this property until the deed is in your hands. That's about 5 weeks, give or take. Technically, we should tell you that you cannot enter on the property until you have the deed. The law very specifically gives the treasurer the authority to cancel the sale, if necessary, if between now and the time the deed is issued, we discover some major defect in the foreclosure process, or that we did not have the authority to sell the property. If somebody was protected by a bankruptcy court before the foreclosure took place and we were not aware of it, but it's brought to our attention, we have to cancel the sale. If somebody had a guardian that was not notified that we were not aware of prior to foreclosure, that doesn't mean they can file something this afternoon. It means way before March 31st. If we discover a defect and we have to cancel a sale, you get back what you paid today and not a penny more. So, if you buy something today, technically we should tell you that you can't go in it for 5 weeks until you have the deed. We could scream that at you and make you sign 14 places on a piece of paper that you won't do it, and we know that you're going to be in there by 5 o'clock today anyway, aren't you? Because that's how this works. You paid for it today, and it doesn't matter what we tell you, you're going in. Most of you have probably already been in. I bet if I went back around all these places I changed the locks on, I bet half of them are wide open right now, because you've been crawling in through windows and coming down the chimneys like Santa Claus. We know how this works. Here's the deal. It's part of your agreement today. When you buy a piece of property, we're giving you possession prior to the deed. You are acknowledging that you are not the owner. You do not have the authorization to move in. You don't have the authorization to do any repairs, any modernization, any remodeling, whatever you want to call it. You are there as a guest until you have the deed. If your sale gets canceled, very few ever do. We sell for 70 counties. We sell thousands of pieces every year. Most years we don't have to cancel a single one. If we do, it's 1 or maybe 2. If you're that lucky guy, well, you're going to get back what you paid today. If you go out next week and put a roof on that, and then we have to cancel your sale, you bought somebody else a roof. It's all on you. Part of your agreement today is you are going to be indemnifying the county for injury, loss, or damage between now and the time that the deed is delivered to you, if you decide to take that early possession. You don't have to. You can wait till you have the deed. If you do, you're releasing the county from liability for any personal injury, any loss, any damage. If you put your table saw out there and somebody comes and get it, it's not our problem, it's yours. You've released the county. If you're out there jumping around on the floor because it feels a little springy and all of a sudden you're on the basement floor with a broken arm, that's your problem, not ours. If you take the early possession, you're assuming the liability. You are there for 3 very specific purposes, and these purposes only: security, maintenance, inspection. That does not include remodeling. It does not include occupancy. If the building is locked, you have permission to change the locks. It's at your expense, your risk if the sale's canceled. You can go inside, look around, take measurements, take your flashlight, start checking out the plumbing, see if you got some things that need to be fixed. If you got a roof leak, you can start diagnosing exactly how to fix it, how big it is, what kind of materials you need. You can go in and look around and scratch and sniff all you want. Don't start making any big changes. You do not have the authority to do so. The final thing is part of your checkout process today. I told you that you cannot buy a piece of property here today if you have any delinquent taxes. If you have any kind of fingerprint on anything at all in any of these counties with delinquent taxes, the easiest way to tell is think about that pile of tax bills you might have home on your desk right now. If all the tax bills that you have are from a city, village, or township, and you pay them when you get them, you're good. If you got a single tax bill sitting on your desk from a county treasurer, that's a delinquent tax bill. If you've got any of those, you can't bid today. If you do, we're going to cancel your sale. The final part of your checkout process today, this is required by state law. All of the clerks are notary publics. They're witnesses of the state. Witnesses almost court officers, just one notch below. They're going to ask you to make a sworn statement at checkout that you have no delinquent taxes in these counties. I forgot is not an excuse. You either do or you don't, and we expect that you know. If you don't know, if you have delinquent taxes, you shouldn't be bidding today. They're going to ask you to make a sworn statement under the penalty of perjury today. That's the requirement of the law. If you misrepresent your delinquent tax status, perjury in Michigan is a felony. You really don't want to go to prison for buying a piece of property.
Now that's just in these counties you're selling.
In these counties we're selling here today. If you got a delinquent piece of property in Wisconsin, carry on. Throw the money. But if it's in one of these counties we're selling here today, you should not be bidding. It is a felony. You really don't want to go there. If we discover that you have delinquent taxes and you said you didn't, we're going to, first of all, cancel your sale. You're not going to get the property anyway. And then we're going to send your file up to the prosecuting attorney with instructions that you have committed perjury. Here's the form you have to send in. You've got 45 days to send this one in. This is homework. You're going to send this to the assessor's office in the city, village, or township where the piece of property you buy is located. It's the Michigan Property Transfer Affidavit. You are going to be letting the local assessor know that you bought the property, that he should send the tax bills to you from now on. You're going to tell him how much you paid and that you bought it in most of these counties from the county treasurer. That's who the seller is today. If you're buying today in Keweenaw, you're buying from the state of Michigan. Fill that out. Give them the name and address that you want the tax bill sent to in the future. Very last page in your book. You've got 45 days to send it in, one for each piece of property. If you don't send it in, they can assess you a fine of up to $200.
Sir?
We're not, yes.
Do you have to wait till you get your deed in hand?
I would just send it in.
Just send it in, okay.
Title insurance, we're not going to dwell on it a long time. We can't guarantee you can get it. Most properties should be title insurable. It's all up to the title insurance agent. We can't make the decisions for them. The Peninsula Title in this area, I think, issues title insurance on tax foreclosed properties. Not sure about the other ones. We do have some flyers from some agencies downstate that will write title insurance on many of these. You can ask the clerks for them. I think Peninsula Title, Gordy, who is now retired, used to come to the sale all the time. He was there for a long time and did them. Here's important information for you. If you hear from somebody after you buy this piece of property that claims that they have some kind of an interest in it, that some former owner of that property owes them money, and it can be a building contractor, it can be somebody who thinks they bought it on a land contract in February, it can be a homeowners association, it can be a city that thinks they have a water bill that you owe them. Anything that existed before April the 1st is gone. The court says so. There's a judgment on file at the courthouse in the county where the property is located that wipes everything away. April the 1st is the day the treasurer owned this property with a clean title. That's what you're buying today. And today is not the effective date of your purchase. April the 1st is. Anything that happened before April the 1st is history. Anything that happened after April the 1st, you're assuming today. There are going to be very few things that are going to be on that list of things you assume. One of them is taxes, obviously, and you're paying the summer tax bill today. So that's taken care of. The utilities, we assume, are shut off. If there's utility service at a property and it's in the name of a former owner or a renter, that's not your bill. Utility bills do not follow properties as far as a lien, except for water and sewer, municipal utilities. Anything else that you run into before April the 1st is history. You assume whatever comes afterward. If there have been lawn mowing bills or anything of that nature this summer from a city, village, or township, where we are aware of them, we've already paid them, they're included in that minimum bid today. If we're not aware of them, you assume them. One thing you might run into, even if the water is shut off, sometimes the city or village will have a connection fee, $8 or $10 a month, something of that nature, just for the privilege of being hooked up. If they have one of those, you assume liability for that as of April the 1st and not a day before. You may run into a municipality that tries to convince you that you have to pay somebody else's old water and sewer bill. The Attorney General's office says it's not your obligation. Municipal utility bills are treated just like everything else. They are wiped away as of the end of March. You might run into a particularly obstinate, maybe water department employee who says, if you don't pay this other guy's $900 bill from last year, we won't turn it back on. They can't do that. There's a Michigan Attorney General opinion number. It's up there on the screen. It's number 7258. If you're buying anything today that's got city water or city sewer, write down 7258, Michigan Attorney General opinion number. You can Google it, print it out. They'll turn that water on because they have to. The Attorney General's office says they cannot require you to pay somebody else's old bill, and they cannot refuse to turn the service on for you. We talked about possession already. We're giving it to you today for the purposes of maintenance, supervision, and inspection only. That's on vacant and unoccupied property. What do you do if there's somebody there? We've got a few pieces of property today that are occupied. We'll let you know about them when we're selling them. Most often, occupied property has somebody, pretty much all the time, they know the property's being sold here today. There may be some of those occupants here today to either try to buy it back, or they want to eyeball who's buying it. They kind of want to know what's going on with the place they're living. 9 times out of 10, more than that actually, whoever's in that property knows this is going on, and they've already accepted that it's happening. They know that it's coming down today. They're probably not going to be controversial or any kind of a big deal. Once in a while, though, you might run into somebody that's not. If you don't know the situation at a property other than the fact that somebody is in there, you should be careful. I don't have to stress enough these days. There are a lot of unstable people out there, and a lot of them are pretty well armed. Don't just go charging up to a door and banging on it and shouting at somebody and telling them they have to get out. It might not work out well for you. Here's my advice. If there's a piece of property, it appears there's somebody there, there's cars around, there's lights on, you don't know who it is, go talk to the neighbors. There's somebody in that neighborhood that knows what's going on at that house. They'll know who's there, probably a name and a phone number and a contact method. They might know an intermediary that you can make contact through. It's safer than walking up to the front door and just putting yourself in harm's way. Every piece of property, every neighborhood has somebody in it that knows everybody else's business. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't think your neighborhood has one of those, I'll bet it's you. Find the neighbor, ask them whether the occupants, is it the owner, is it a relative, is it a renter, are they stable, can I have a conversation with them safely? Get some information before you make that approach. It's safer. We're going to sell today what you're buying today. I'm going to tell you what you're buying and what you're not buying, just so you leave here under the right impression. You are buying a piece of land today. With that purchase, you're going to get most of whatever is physically attached to it. You are buying buildings for the most part. You are buying driveways, septic tanks. You're buying things that are affixed to the property. That one there on the screen, I think that is in the sale today out. Isn't that in Marinisco? I think that house is in Marinisco. You're buying the swimming pool, the shrubbery. You're buying that nice structure right there. You're not buying anything there that's not attached to the ground. And in some instances, you're not even buying that. Had a call a few weeks ago. Guy bought a house. He had it all fixed up. He had just listed it for sale. He had an offer. He was headed for closing. And he got a call from the Culligan man. Wanted his water softener back. He said, well, that's mine because I bought it and it was attached. No, we can't sell you what we don't own. If the title is held by a third party, it's not ours. We can't sell it to you. We can't even give it to you. We are pretty sure that we own any building attached to the land and the driveway and things like that today. We cannot sell you things that have a title, things that are owned by third parties. That particular house right there looks like a nice big house. That guy, all that room in that house, and guess what? His mother-in-law called him. His mother-in-law called and said, I want to come and stop by for just a little while, maybe 8 or 10 years. I won't stay long. And he said, well, I'm sorry, Mom, but we're just fresh out of room. We don't have any room here for you right now. And she said, that's okay. I'll bring my own. I don't know if you can see it. That's a 1973 Ford Econoline van with a roof over it attached to the back side of that house. And if you look very closely, you'll see that it's still got a title license plate on it. That is a piece of property that's separately titled. Somebody other than the homeowner could own that. It's called personal property. We can't sell you the contents of property. We can't sell you anything that's not attached. We are not including today automobiles, boats, motorcycles, RVs, campers, leased items, equipment, tools, inventory, clothing, paperwork, baby pictures, or grandma's urns of ashes on the fireplace. If it's not attached to the property, we don't own it. We can't sell it to you. We can't even give it to you. If you buy something today and you find 2 brand new Harley Davidsons in the garage this afternoon, they're not yours. You need to make contact with whoever last lived there and give them the opportunity to come and get their stuff. There's no rule about how long you have to give them. You want to seem like you're being the reasonable person if somebody has left things there. Otherwise, they might take you to court and sue you for the value of them. If you find a house full of stuff, you might want to sort it out. Take pictures of what you're throwing away while you get rid of it. Make some contact. Go ask the neighbors where those people went. Give them a reasonable opportunity to come and get their stuff before you repurpose it. That being said, we do not and cannot warrant the title to mobile, modular, and manufactured homes. Sometimes somebody owns the land, somebody else owns the modular home. Somebody, a third party, might be the company that financed that mobile home, and it was not with a mortgage on the land, it was with a security agreement on the modular. If they never got notice, there's not a judge in the world that won't let them come and get it. So if you're buying anything today that's ever had a set of wheels underneath it, if it's ever had a separate title, it's probably going to be abandoned. It's probably going to be left right there, but we can't guarantee that. If somebody shows up and says that's theirs, make them show you an order from the court before you let them take it. That's how things work with that. We're almost ready to get going. When we open up the bidding here in the room, we're going to find out if we have a bid online already, and if so, we're going to open up right there. They might go higher later on, but we'll open up with our highest competing bid online or the minimum bid. Then I'm going to come into this room and I'm going to find 2 people, and we're going to work it just like that teeter-totter right there. Back and forth between 2 people until one slows way down or gets off the teeter-totter, and then I'll put somebody else on. When we're down to 1 person in the room, we'll come back and see if anybody online wants to keep on going. Tips, if you're brand new at this. Your bid card. If you are done bidding today, you won what you came for, or you got smoked and you're just ready to leave and you're all mad about it, don't leave that bid card sitting on your chair. You might be buying a whole bunch of stuff later on today that you didn't plan on. Treat it like a credit card. Turn it back in with the clerks when you're done with it. If you've got a cell phone today, if you brought a baby with you, if you brought Granny with you because she's the one with all the money, but she's deaf, and you got to shout at her, take that all outside. We need to be able to hear what's going on in here. Especially this situation. Your husband has the bid card. He has just exceeded the authority you gave him, and you want to have a discussion with him. Take it outside. We really need to be able to hear. If you make a mistake, you get all fired up in the frenzy of things and you bid on the wrong piece of property and you win it, and then we open up the piece you wanted. Stop me right then. I can still sell it while that other bidder is inside that door. Same thing with the price. If you goof up on the price, you misunderstood the price, stop me right then. Please be considerate of everybody else here. We'll be considerate of you. And when we say a piece of property is sold, it's sold. Do not wait till I say sold to bid for the first time. If you do, you're not going to get anything today. We're not going to reopen the bidding no matter how loudly you protest. When your piece is coming up for bidding, if you're sitting behind one of those posts or way in the back corner of the room and we can't see you really well and you're nervous about it, come right down front somewhere and stand if you need to. If I'm getting ready to sell something and I've not seen you and not accepted your bid, shout at me if you have to. Once we've sold it, it's sold. Don't wait till the absolute last second. The price in an auction only goes one way, and that's up. You don't gain anything by waiting. Get in early. When we say it's sold, it is. I am not an auctioneer. I do not do the yabba dabba doo. We're not selling any cattle here today. I'm going to be pointing at the high bidder and telling them what the bid price is. I'm going to be telling everybody else what I need to keep going. If you want in, get that red bid card up in the air and use it. If you want to fan yourself today, get a little warm, use your white sale book. If everybody in the room is standing with the red bid card, it's pretty difficult for me to do my job. Any other questions before we get going? All right. We'll have a whole lot more chairs after we sell these first 6 pieces. That's kind of how this works. That's why we move some to the front. We've got a few that everybody here wants to bid on. And we're going to sell those first. As soon as I sell something, I'm going to put it in the computer, and then you can move right on along with the rest of your day. You don't have to wait till the end of the sale. We're going to start in Gogebic County with number 22. I think that says actually 2220. 2220. This is on Big Lake Road, Waters Meet Way. This is legally described as the smallest island in Big Morley Lake. We'll let you figure out how to get to it. 2220. My minimum bid in the book says $1,200. I've already got a $1,300 bid online. Anybody in the room want to give me $1,400? 14 right there. Now 15 and $1,600. 16, now $1,700 and 18. 19, $2,000. Now $2,100 and 22, 23, 24, 2,500, now 26 and 27. $3,000 they say. You want to give me $3,500? You want to jump the bid? How about 4,000? How about 4,500? 41. We'll play it the slow, painful way. 41, now 42 and 43, 44, 45. You want to go to 5,000? 5,000 back there. How about 5,100? I've got 5,000 right there. Anybody in the room want to keep going at 5,100? Anybody anywhere? I've got $5,000 right there. Anybody online at 51? I've got another bidder there at 51, 52, now 53, 54, 5,500, 56, 57. I've got 5,600 right there. Anybody in the room want to give me $5,700? 56 going once, 57, 58, 59, now 6,000, 6,100. It's only money. I've got 6,000 over there. Anybody in the room want to give me 61? He's back. Now 62, 63, 64, 64. I've got 64, 6,500, 66, 65, right, 66, now 6,700. I've got 6,600 with you. Anybody in the room at 6,700? 66 going once, 67, 68, 69, $7,000. Now 71. You can declare it a sovereign nation. Make your own flag. Put up a monument yourself right there on the shore so everybody come and knows. 71. I've got 7,000 over here going once, twice, 71, 7,200, 73, 74, 75, 76. I've got 7,500 over there. Having a family conversation over there. $7,500 over here, going once, going 76, 77. 7,800. That's barely a tank of gas. 78. I've got 77 over here. 77 going once. 78, 7,900. $8,000. I've got 79 right there going once. Going twice. Ooh. 8,000, now 8,100. 81, now 82. I've got 8,100 over here. You know why he's bidding faster? Because he's by himself. Single people always bid a lot faster. I've got 8,100 right there going once. Going twice. That time you won it. 8,100, 817. My backup bidder, what's the number back there? I think we're fresh out of islands, but we'll sell you something else. We had a sale in the Sioux. This is probably going on almost 10 years ago. We had an island out in the middle of the St. Mary's River. It's about 200 feet square. It's very low. If you heard 6-foot waves on the radio, that island was covered. We had 2 people show up to bid on that island. We thought it would probably sell for about what that one did. We had one of the local doctors show up, and we had an artist show up. We sold that 2 islands. One was about an acre, one was less. We sold them for like $90,000. Crazy. Nuts. One of them had made the mistake of telling his children he was going to buy them and rename them after the 2 kids. Got to keep your promises. Okay, where are we going to now? We're going to number 2421. Yeah, every jaw in that room was on the floor that day. $24.21. Chasselway, 80 acres and a farmhouse out in the middle of Houghton County. We don't get many like this. We actually today in this sale have 4 80-acre pieces with houses on them. We never get that many as we have this year. 2421. I don't know where the picture went. We have slow network. We should have a photo of it. I've got 17 bids online already. I've got almost as many people in the room. There it is. I've got almost as many people in the room here to bid on that one today. My minimum bid in that book says $4,000. You're not buying it for $4,000 today. I'm sorry. I am now at $43,500 online. A lot of people didn't want to drive today. How many people in the room would get me $43,750? If you're here and you'd pay $43,750, put your card in the air right now. We're going to play a little game. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. I guess I've got one person here at $43,750. 44. How high? I know how high I'm going. 44 and a quarter. 44 and a half. Yep. You want to give me 45,000? 45 and a quarter. They can only go up 250 at a time online. 45 and a quarter. 45,750. 45 and a half. You want to give me 45 and a quarter? Yep. How about 46 and a quarter? Yep. 47 and a quarter. Yep. 48 and a quarter. Yep. 49 and a quarter. Aren't you glad we're not going up $100 at a time? $50,000. 50 and a quarter. Yep. How about 51 and a quarter? Yep. 52 and a quarter. Yep. 52 and a half. 52,750. I'm at 52 and a half in the back of the room. We might have somebody else here. We might have live bidders online. That extinguishes my bid from before 11 o'clock online. I've got 52,750 with an online bidder who's watching that little camera there right now. 53. 53 and a half. Now I got another bidder in the room. 54 and a half. 55 and a half. 56. How about 57? 58. 59. 60,000. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 64 and a quarter. I've got you on 64 and a quarter, 64.5, 64,750. And now 65,000. 65 and a quarter. 65 and a half. How about 66? 65,750. That's as low as I can go. I've got you on at 65,750 now. 66,000. 66 and a quarter. He said he's done. 66 and a quarter. Let's go back online, see if anybody's still there. I've got 66,000 right there. Anybody in the room at 66,250? Anybody want to jump in at the last second? I've got 66,000 right there going once. Going twice. You bought it, 66,000. What's the bidder number? 66,648. My backup bidder, back there, what's your number? 1078. The backup bidder, we take that information down in the event that the winning bidder cannot or will not pay. We contact the backup bidder and offer them the property at one bid increment below the final sale price. He just won that for $66,000. He's on his way out to his car to get his checkbook, and he gets run over by a bus full of nuns coming to the casino. We're going to call the backup bidder and offer it to him for $65,750. It's not negotiable. It's yes or no. So that's how the backup bidder works. You're not obligated to buy it. You have the opportunity at one bid increment below the final sale price if you want to. Okay. Now we're going to go to number 3400. This one was actually featured in the Detroit Free Press or something, I think. They did a story about the sale some time ago. You can buy this one and become the mayor of Bumbletown. Right across the line from Houghton County in Keweenaw. It's the first year we've ever sold stuff for Keweenaw. Remember, if you buy this one, you're buying it from the state of Michigan, not Keweenaw County. I'm already at $2,900 with an online bidder. My information says that there is personal property still in this house. The last owner, I think, died. So if you buy this one, there's a lot of stuff in there. Try to track somebody down. Let them come and get whatever they want. I'm at $3,300 online. How many people in the room want to give me $3,500 for it? Put that card up in the air and just hold it there. We're going to play a little game. It's called the card game. I'm going to start reciting numbers. When you won't pay what I'm saying, you just take your card down. It gets us there a whole lot quicker. $3,500, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000, $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000. I'm going to start with you at $17,000 right there. We just saved a whole bunch of time, didn't we? Who wants to give me 17 1/4? Anybody in the room want to keep on going? I've got 17,000 right there going once. 17,000 going twice. You're getting Bumbletown. 17,000 for... What's that? Well, yeah, I told you to shout. We don't reopen them. I'm at 17,000. 438. My backup bidder. I'll take the backup bidder number. Backup bidder is 693. Make sure that your bid is in. $5,100 is where we're going to next. Ontonagon County. Waterfront lot, about 1.5 acres on Lake Ogeebic. 5 bids online, another 5 bidders here in the room. We've never sold a waterfront piece on this lake before. Today will be the first. Trying to get the pictures moving a little faster here. There we go. 5,100, 5 bids online, 5 bidders or so in the room. I am already open with an online bid of $10,250. Let's play that card game again. How many people want to give me 11,000? How many am I seeing? A couple. 12, 13, 14, 15,000, 16,000, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25,000, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30,000, 31, 32. I'm going to start with you at 32. Anybody else in the room want to give me 32 and a quarter? I've got 32 and a quarter online. Going to give me 33 and a quarter.
Yep.
34 and a quarter.
Yep.
35 and a quarter. 36 and a quarter.
Yep.
I've got 36 and a quarter online. Anybody in the room at 36.5? 36 and a quarter online, going once. 36 and 36,750. It's going up online. One advance bid, one live bidder on the camera right there. 3 bidders online now. 1 advance, 2 in real time. Let's see where it ends up. It's over 40,000 now. It's at 41.5. Are they done? Not yet. It's at 42,000 and still going. $43,000. 300 feet, I think it is of, nope, 175 feet. And 400 feet deep on the sunset side of Lake Gogebic. It's heading for 45,000. Anybody in the room want to jump back in? We'll give you an opportunity when they're done online. Lots of online bids today. 46,000 and still going. $48,000. Over 50 now. Two active online bidders riding the teeter-totter back and forth. If it hits 300,000, I will personally pay for pizza, because we'll be here a while. We're at 54,000 and it's still moving. No signs of slowing down. $57,000 and still going. $58,000, and it slowed down for a second, but it's moving again. $60,000 is where it is at right now, and they're not done. Somebody wants to pay retail. We're at 60.5. Anybody in the room want to give me $60,750? Anybody anywhere? $60,500 going once. Going twice. Sold that one online for $60,500. Backup bidder is also online. Now 51, 13, and 14. 13 first. $51.13. I've got a bid online and almost a dozen people here in the room, and a whole lot of empty chairs. Don't forget to turn your cards back in. Don't leave them laying around if you did. 5113 on the Calumet Road, 79 acres. Older farmhouse. It's got a little bit of molding going on. It's been leaking for a while, especially the left side with the flat roof. That's been leaking for a little while. You could put this back together. I suspect it's been a while since anybody lived in this one, probably 5 to 10 years. It's in salvageable condition. Older farmhouse, been re-sided. They've redone some things inside. I think it had paneling, if my memory's correct. I'm at $6,800 online. Who in the room wants to give me $7,000 for this? Hold your card up and just keep it right there. 7,000, 8,000, 9, and 10. Who wants to give me 15? 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I'm going to start with you at 36,000. Who in the room wants to give me 36,250? Anybody, anywhere? I've got $36,000 right here in the room, 79 acres. 36,000 going once, going twice. You bought it, $36,000, 738. Backup bidder, I'll make you the backup bidder, 770. Number 5114, not far away from the last one, couple of miles to the south of the last one. This is a newer one, also on a large parcel. Actually, there are two pieces here. Together they are 79.45, about 79 and a half acres is what we're selling here with that newer modular type home. Remember what we told you about these. We cannot guarantee the warranty, the title to this. I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere, but I can't guarantee that. I've got 10 online bids. 8 people here in the room that told us they wanted to buy this one today. When I turn around, it says 20,250 is where I'm at already online. Who wants to give me 25,000 for that? Put your card in the air and just keep it there. 25,000. Who wants to give me 30? 35, 40,000, 45,000, 50,000, 55,000. 56. I've got you on at 56. Anybody in the room want to give me 56 and a quarter? Anybody at 56,250? $56,000 right there going once. 56 and a quarter way in the back of the room. 56 and a half. 56,750. Now 57. 57 and a quarter. 57 and a half. 57,750. 58,000. 58 and a quarter, 58 and a half. I've got 58 and a quarter way in the back. Anybody here at 58 and a half? 58 and a quarter in the back of the room. Going once. 58 and a half. 58,750 and now 59. 59 and a quarter. 59 and a half. Come on, money bags, I know you got it. 59 and a half, now 59,750. $60,000. He said he's done. I've got you on at 59,750. Anybody here at 60,000? Yeah, he says he'll do it. That's because the wife went, okay. I've got 60,000 right here. 60 and a quarter in the back. Way in, you don't have a wife for an excuse. I got 60 and a quarter, now 60 and a half. You said that to me before. I've got 60 and a quarter way in the back of the room standing up. Anybody want to give me 60,250? Anybody, anywhere? Actually, that's where I'm at with you, 60,250. Anybody want to give me 60,500? Going once, twice. You bought it, 60 and a quarter. What's that bidder number again? 60 and a quarter, 1078. The backup bidder is number, I think it's 738. I know you got money left now, so you can't leave. There was still, when I was there was still some personal property in that last one. In fact, they came up the driveway when we were there, looking to get some of it. So you might want to make contact there if they haven't been back since. Now, I guess we're going back to the beginning of the book. We're going to sell them starting in Mariga County. We're going to skip anything nobody said that they wanted unless somebody has shown up or changed their mind. We're going to start out with number 600. Another 80-acre piece with a house on it. 5 bids online. A couple of people in the room have said they're here to bid on this one today. It's out on the peninsula out there. I've already got 15,250 online, and it's going higher online. Who wants to give me 20 grand for this one in the room? 20,000 right here. Anybody in the room want to give me 21? Let's get the teeter-totter in the room rocking before we go online. Anybody in the room at 21? I got 20 here. 20 and a quarter online. Gonna give me 21 and a quarter. 22 and a quarter. 23 and a quarter. 24 and a quarter. 25 and a quarter. 26 and a quarter. 27 and a quarter. 28,000, 28,250. How about 29 and a quarter? 30,000 and a quarter. 31 and a quarter. 32 and a quarter. 33 and a quarter. 34 and a quarter. 35,000 and a quarter. 36 and a quarter. 37 and a quarter. 38 and a quarter. 39 and a quarter. 40,000. 40 and a quarter. 41 and a quarter. 42. 41 and a half. All out of money. 41 and a half. 41 and a half. 41 and a half. 41,750. 42. 42 and a quarter. 42 and a half. He said he's all done. I'm at 42,250. You guys loan him some money. Let him buy it. I've got 42,250 online. Anybody want to give me 42.5? Anybody in the room here for this one at 42.5? Ooh, online? Online. 2 online bidders. One of them is an advance bid. I know how high that'll go. The other one's somebody watching the camera right now. We'll let them duke it out for just a minute. This one is occupied, by the way. It has been to court. He didn't get his result that he wanted, so it's being sold today. 42,750 online. Anybody in the room want to give me 43,000? 42,750. Going once. Going twice. Sold it online. 42,750. Backup bidder is online. I'll take you as my backup bidder. Number 602, out on US 41, Pelkey Way, north of lots. It's down as narrow as 19 feet on one property dimension. There's a house just to the left of this. They kind of have the same siding on them. They might have been commonly owned at one time. They might have been commonly owned recently. I've got $3,000 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room want to give me 31? And this would be a great place for your mother-in-law. 3,000 online, going once. We've got it online. I've got $3,100 online. We have an advance bid and we have a live bidder as well. Let's see how far they want to go. $3,900 is where it's at. Anybody in the room want to give me 4,000? 3,900 going once, twice. $3,900 online. Number 603, out Pelkey Way. This home was occupied when we were by. The lights are on, but nobody was home. Got a garage that sits just to the left of it, right at the north end of scenic downtown Pelkey. I've got $6,100 online. Who wants to give me 62? Anybody in the room here for this one? 6,200 right there. Anybody in the room at 63? I've got 63 online. You want to give me 7,000? 771. How How about 8,000? 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. I've got $7,500 online. Anybody in the room at 7,600? 75 going once. 76 with an online bidder. One of these advanced, the other one bidding live on the camera right there. We'll let them teeter. We got 3 of them now. 1 advanced, 2 live bidders. We'll let them go here for just a minute. See where it ends up. We'll let you back in when they're done, if you want back in. $9,000, and they are still going. We are way down, I think, in Corunna with a sale on Monday. Down into the thumb. It is now at 10 1/4, and they're not done yet. $12,000 and still going strong. Down to 2 bidders, it looks like. $15,000. And it might have plateaued. Anybody in the room want to give me $15,250? Anybody anywhere? $15,000 online. Going once. Twice. Sold the one in Pelkey for $15,000. Backup bidder is also online. Number 604, out Wattenway, vacant parcel. There used to be a building here, and then late one night the aliens came and took it away. I've got $800 bid online. The boat, the truck, the stuff in the lot is personal property. We have no title to it. We can't sell or give it to you. So I've got $800 online. Anybody in the room want to give me $850? I've got $850 right there. Anybody want to give me $900? $950. Now $1,000 and $1,100. You want to give me 11 back there? 11. I've got $1,000 right down here in the front row. $1,000 going once, twice. 11. 1,100. I've got $1,000 going once, twice. Are you in at 1,100? 11. I guess. 12. 1,300, 1,400, 15. 1,500. I've got 14 going once, 14 going twice. You bought it, 1,400, 882. Backup bidder, I'm pretty sure was 501. In Tugogiba County, I do not have a circle around 2,200. Is anybody here to bid on that? If they're not, we're not going to take the time to try to sell it to you. Anybody here for 2,200? Anything that we do go by. If you're here to buy something, you don't get it, you got money in your pocket and you just can't take it home, but you don't want to burn it up in a slot machine, you come see me afterward. If it hasn't been sold at the end of the sale, we will sell it to you at or above the minimum bid. No less today. Anybody here for 2,200? Number 2204, I've got 2 online bids for it. I've also got some in the room. Norrie Park Road, Davis Road, 2 parcels that are side by side. They're about 8 acres each. 16 total acres here. They're a little moist in places. I've got $2,200 with an online bidder. $2,300 right there. Who wants to give me 25? Anybody? Oh, look at all back here. I got 25. You want to give me 3,000? How about 35? 4,000. $3,500, $4,000, $4,500, $5,000. I've got you on at $5,000. There are things sometimes we don't put in the book. When I was at this property, I saw a 412-point buck.
You shouldn't drink during the day.
I know I shouldn't drink during the day. I've got $5,000 right there. Anybody that want to give me $5,100? Any 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. You want to go to $6,000? How about $6,500? 61. We'll do the slow, painful way. 62, 63, 64. Now 65. Who wants to give me $6,500? I've got $6,400 for 16 acres right there going once. Twice. $6,400, 1091. My backup bidder is 651. Anybody in the room for number 2207 on Lake Road, Mel's Bar? Anybody here to buy Mel's Bar today? Anybody anywhere? I'm not seeing them. Number 2208 on Edelweiss. This one should be more popular than it is. This one's pretty much move-in ready. It's still got furniture in it. Again, personal property not included. Contact the last owner. Give them a chance to come and get their stuff if they want to. 2208, 3 online bids. Only one person in this room said they want to bid on this today, and that kind of shocks me. I'm right now at about $20,000 online. Who wants to give me 21? 21 right now. Look at all these cards. Everybody, they can see the blue cards. That means they got here late. Those are people from the Central Time Zone. They're always operating in their own little reality. So we're going to assume we have more people than that. If you want to give me $22,000 for this, put your card in the air and keep it there. 22,000, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30,000. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35,000. I'm starting with you at 35,000. Who wants to give me 35 and a half? I know there's somebody else here that wants in on this one. That's too cheap for that house. I've got 35,000. Who wants to give me 35 and a quarter? 35 and a quarter, 35 and a half, 35,750, and now 36. 36 and a quarter. You didn't need that vacation this winter. I've got 36,000 right there. Anybody in the room at 36 and a quarter? 36,000 going once. Twice. You bought it, 36,000, 1058. My backup bidder right here. What's her number? Number 1044. Got to remind anybody that has a blue card, that means they got here after we did the rules and regulations. If you have a blue card, I can't sell to you today if you have any delinquent property taxes. It's against the law for me to do so. We'll cancel the sale if you bid anyway. So if you got a blue card, check your memory banks. Try to think of anything you've got that has delinquent property taxes. If you have something, you shouldn't be bidding today. $2209. I have an online bid for this one. It's on Powdervale Drive, vacant building site in the big Powderhorn area. $950 I've got bid online. Who wants to give me a $1,000 bill? Anybody anywhere? $950 online going once. Twice. Ooh, $1,000 right there. Now I need $1,100. $1,000 right there going once. Twice. $1,000, $1058. Backup bidder is online. I think I see why I missed that lady's bid a little earlier. See the color of the bid card? Look at the color of that shirt right there. Washed out, right behind him. It's about the same color as the bid card. Every time he breathes, I think I got somebody over here bidding. Breathe slow, you might be buying a lot of stuff today. Anybody in the room for number 2210? Nobody. 2213, I've got an online bid for that one. Summit View, another one at Big Powderhorn, vacant lot, That dog is not included in today's sale. But I bet he left something behind for you. Summit View, I've got $1,400 already bid online. Anybody in the room want to give me 15? $1,400 going once, twice. Sold that one online, $1,400. Anybody in the room for the last two on that page, 2214 or 2215? We'll skip them if nobody wants them. We'll come back to them afterward, but for now, we've gone by them. On the next page, is anybody here for 2216 or 2217? Either one of those. Let's go on by those. Go down to 2218. I have an online bid for 2218. Indian Hills, newer subdivision, vacant parcel. There will be association fees out here, I'm pretty sure. I've got $750 bid online. Anybody in the room at 800? $750 online, going once, twice, 800. Now I need 850. I've got it online, and now $900. Now $950. $900 in the room. $950 with a live bidder online. Now $1,000. $1,000. I've got $950 online. Going once, twice, $950 online. My backup bidder in the room. What's your number there again? 10 something. 1058. We already sold 2220. Is anybody in the room here today for 2221? Out Watersmeet Way. Flip that page over. On the next page, I've only got one circled on the whole page. It's 2227. I'm going to read off the numbers before that. If you're here for these pieces, when I read the number, get your card in the air, get my attention, or we're going to go right on by them. 2222. 2223, 2224, 2225. I have an online bid for 2227 and somebody in the room as well. It's on Beecher, Becker, and East Iron Street. Somebody had some construction stuff parked there. It's not part of the sale today. I've got $400 bid online, $450 actually online. Anybody in the room want to give me $500? I've got 5 there, 5.5, now 6, 6.5, now 7, 7.5, 800, 850. I've got $800 back there. $800 going once, twice, $800, $694. Backup bidder number is, what's my backup bidder? 472. That was 2227. Anybody here for 2228? On to the next page. I have nothing on that page circled. It starts with 2229. Anybody here for any of those parcels on that page? I thought for sure somebody would be bidding on 34. I guess not. On the next page, anybody in the room for 2235? If there's anything we go by and you want it after the sale, you will come up and see us. We'll open them back up at the minimum bid. Let's go to 2236. I've got that one circled in my book. 2236 is on Garvey Street. Fairly straightforward, roofed over mobile home. I need $2,700 for it. Where's my bidder? I got 27 right there. Anybody in the room want to give me 2,800? 27 in the room. Going once, twice. You bought it, $2,700, 267. Anybody here for the last two on that page, 2237 or 2238? Pay close attention to where we are. We don't want to go by what you're looking at. They should already be circled, but if you got here late. On the next page, the only one I've got circled is the last one, 2244. Is anybody here for 2240? 2241, 2242, 2243. We'll go down to 2244. It is circled in my book. It's in Jessieville. It needs some work. It's cute, but it's not very sturdy. You're going to spend a couple of dimes putting this one back together. 2244, it is an old station, fire station. It's brick. The ceiling in the back of the building, the roof has caved in. The back part of the second floor is on the first floor. Old-fashioned elevator. Also some various contents in there that you're going to want to be very careful cleaning out. You could contaminate soil if you dumped stuff in the wrong way. 2244, I need $2,200. Where's the bidder? 2200. Somebody wanted it circled. Anybody in the room at 22? Going once. I guess they're not interested. The next page begins with 2246. I have nothing circled on that whole page. Anybody on that page? 2246, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, or 52. Anybody here for any of those? A lot of those are vacant lots. On the next page, is anybody here for 2253? 2255. I've got a circle around 2256 on Ash Street. Do I have somebody here for that one? There is. 2256 is what we're going to open up next. 2256 Ash Street, 4-bedroom home. Little bit of fire damage. It was on the dining room table. I think it was a candle. It really didn't do much. It's very cosmetic. Very cosmetic. Lots of kind of stuff strewn about inside the house. She's big. She's sturdy. The fire damage, very minimal. And it's got a sauna. $4,500 is what I'm asking for. I got it right here. Anybody in the room want to give me $4,600? $4,500 down front. Going once. 46, 47, 48, 49, 5,000, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 6,000, 61, 62, 63, 64, 6,500, 66, 67, 68, 69, $7,000, 71, 72, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, $8,000, 81, 82, 83, 84. I've got 84 over here. Anybody in the room want to give me 8,500? 84 going once. Twice. $8,400. I got to ask you, because you got the blue card, you don't have any delinquent taxes in any of these counties. My backup bidder, $651. $8,400. $2,257 is on Robert Street. Nice view of the lake, vacant property, hillside lot. Pictures moving slow today. I need $750 for that one. I'll bet the neighbor's here to buy it. $750 back there. Anybody want to give me $800? $750 going once. $800, $8.5, $9, $9.5. $1,000 bill, now $1,100, $12, $13, $14, $1,500, $15, I've got 14 over here, 15 over there, now 16 and 1,700. I've got 16 with you. Anybody in the room at 1,700? 16 going once, 16 going twice. What's the bidder number back there? 1,600, 694. My backup bidder in the corner is 659. That was number 2257. Do I have a bid on 2258? Are you seeing one online? Anybody in the room here today for 2258? So my minimum bid's $4,200, and somehow there's a bid entered that's less than the minimum bid. What do you show? If it's less than the minimum bid, I can't take it today. Anybody in the room for 2258? We've got one on our list, but it doesn't hit the minimum. I don't know how that even happened. We're going to go by that one. Anybody in the room for 2259? In Houghton County, 2400 Highland Street, Painesdale, older two-story home in Painesdale. Pretty solid place. Oh, I forgot to flip a page over. I don't have anything circled on it anyway. Anybody here for 2261, 2262, 63, 64, or 65? Anybody here for anything on that page?
Can you explain the process where you're going by these, how that might work?
Nobody's interested in them is how it might work. We're not even going to open them up, and if we missed one and you want it, come see me after the sale. Nobody circled them. I have no online bids, and I'm asking the room if anybody in the room is interested in them at the minimum bid. If nobody responds, we pass them.
Okay, so you have a exclusive listing for how long? I mean, like, are we talking months or days?
There is no listing.
They'll go back to the county.
There are many things that can happen to the properties that do not sell. The cities, villages, township, and state can take them. They can be bundled. They can be... There's 1,000 different things that can happen. They may end up at another sale. We can't say definitively at this time. If you want it today, buy it today. Maybe. There's no guarantee you'll be offered these at all again. If you want them, buy them today. All right, now to Houghton County. There is a sale scheduled in October for pieces that don't sell. They'll be offered without the minimum bid. We cannot guarantee these will make it there. We cannot guarantee that they will be offered individually. Some counties now, many counties now, bundle everything. And if you want to buy any of them, you have to buy all of them and pay for a lot of demolition. The reason for that being, in the past, we've sold a lot of $200 houses. People go in, they strip them, they take the wiring out of them. 2 years later, we get them back again in even worse condition than we had them before. If you want it today, my advice is buy it today. If it's a few $100 difference, that's how you get them. 2400 Houghton County on Highland Street. Pretty solid house. It's been modernized a little bit. There is a frozen plumbing issue from the bathroom that is dripping a little water on the main floor, right in the hallway going to the second floor stairway. I need $3,800 for this one. I've got it right down front. Anybody want to give me 39? 39 back there, and now $4,000, 41, and now 42, 4,300, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 5,000. You want to give me 5,500? How about 6,000? 5,600. I've got 5 with you, 51, 52, 53, 54, now 55. She didn't like me a minute ago, 56, now 57. I've got 5,600 back there. Anybody want to give me $5,700? 57, 58, 59, 6,000. Now 61. I would have saved you $100. See that? 62. Now 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and $7,000. 71, 7,200. Anybody in the room at 73? 72 going once. 72 going twice. You bought it $7,200 for 02. My backup bidder, what's your number? 1064. Anybody in the room for number 2401 today? Let's go down to 2402. A couple people said they were interested in that one. Franklin Street, Calumet. There it is right there. This one was occupied when we were by. We don't know if it still is or not. Do we know? Calumet? As far as we know, it's still occupied. I need $3,500 for that one. I've got it right there. Anybody in the room want to give me 36? $3,500 with the lady right here. Going once.
Yep.
36 online. 37. 3,800. 37 in the room. 38 online. 39. And now $4,000. 39 going once.
Yep.
4,000 online. Now 41 and $4,200.
Yep.
43 and now 44. 43, 44, 4,500, now 46.
Yep.
47, 4,800. 47 in the room.
Yep.
48 online. 4,900 and now 5,000.
Yep.
5,100, now 52.
Yep.
53 and now 5,400.
Yep.
55, now 56.
Yep.
57, $5,800.
Yep.
59 and now 6,000.
Yep.
6,100, now 62.
Yep.
63 and now 64.
Yep.
65, 66.
Yep.
67, 6,800.
Yep.
69 and now 7,000.
Yep.
71, 72.
Yep.
73, 74.
Yep.
75, 76.
Yep.
77, 7,800.
Yep.
79 and now $8,000.
Yep.
81, now 82. 8,100, going once.
Yep.
82, 83, is your arm tired yet? Mine is. 84. 83 in the room.
Yep.
84 online. 8,500, now 86. 85 going once.
Got it.
86 online, now 87. 8,800. 87 in the room. Going once. Twice. $8,700, 548. Backup bid is online. Anybody in the room for 2403? Also on Franklin. Anybody here for that one today? This was a sharp old house once upon a time, but that ship sailed a long time ago. 2404 is where we're at next, Red Jacket Street. It's a vacant lot now. $1,900 in between a couple. I'm betting one of the neighbors came to buy it today. Where's that bidder at $1,900? Anybody here? It's circled in my book. Anybody here at $1,900? Going once, twice. No sale on that one. 2406. I've got 2 bids online and a few bidders here in the room. older storage barn. I think most of his stuff is out. You're going to inherit a few old tires and some other stuff you're going to have to haul away. I've got $1,100 already bid on this. Who in the room wants to give me? I got 12 back there. Anybody want to give me $1,300? 13, you're in. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2,100, 22. You want to give me 2,500? How about 3,000? What about 3,500? How about 4,000? 4,500? 5,000? 5,500? 6,000? 5,600? 5,600? 57. I've got 56 with you. Anybody in the room want to give me $5,700? 57, 58, 59. 59, I've got 58 over here. Anybody at $5,900? You want back in at 59? 59, 6,000, 61, 62, 62, 61. Going once, twice. 6,100, what's that bidder number? I'm good, but not that good. Turn it around. 6,100, 687. My backup bidder was over here, and that is 626. On the next page, number 2408, Caledonia Street. Several people interested in this one. This was a classy old house and actually kind of still is. It just needs to be repaired. Needs some TLC. I need $2,800 for that one. I got 28 right here. Anybody in the room want to give me 2,900? Anybody at 29? 28 going once. 29 online. 3,000. 31. 32. 3,300. 33. I got 32 right here.
Yep.
33 online. 34 and 3,500.
Yep.
36. 37.
Yep.
38. 39.
Yep.
$4,000. Now 4,100. 42. 43.
Yep.
44. 45.
Yep.
46. I've got $4,500 online. Anybody in the room want to give me 46?
I got it.
46 with an online bidder. These are both live online bidders. It's at $4,800. They don't seem to be slowing down. At least two of them. I'm at 5,000 and they're still going. $5,400 is the price, and they're not done. Looks like we're heading for 6,000. We're past 6,000. I'm at 61. Anybody in the room want to give me $6,200 for the house on Caledonia? 6,100 going once, twice. $6,100 online. Backup bidder is also online. Anybody in the room for 2409? Anybody here today to bid on 2410? 2411 is next. I've got a circle around that one on 11th Street. This one is stinky. It's got a lot of stuff in it, and a lot of it is old food garbage. Hold your nose. Especially now. I was in there in like May. Yeah, I'm sure it's gotten better since then. $3,200 is what I'm looking for on it. Where's my bidder at $3,200? There's my garbage collector. Anybody here for this one at $3,200? Somebody wanted it circled.
I got it.
We've got it online. Ha, ha, ha.
You don't know.
Houghton County thanks you for buying this one. I got $3,300. Look at that, they're bidding it up. 2 bidders online. It's at $4,000. And still going strong. 4,500. $5,000. $5,500. Who'd have thunk? You just never know. I'm at $5,800 online. They seem to have petered out. Anybody want to give me 59? That's what I thought. Anybody at 59 in the room? $5,800 online going once, twice. $5,800 online. Backup bidder also online. Anybody here for 2412? 2413. If you're interested in 2414, it is going to be bulldozed. And I do have an online bid for it, which I'm inclined to cancel. Should we? that's 20. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at 2214, not 24. That's Marinisco. 2414, not being torn down. That's just my dyslexia kicking in. I had 2214 written down. It's a nice, there it is. Well, okay. Everything is relative. If you've been living in your car for a while, that probably looks pretty good. 2414, I've got $3,500 already online. Who wants to give me 36? Anybody in the room at 3,600? 3,500 online, going once. We've got it online. A little warm in here today. I'm at $3,800, and they're still going. 2 online bidders, both of them. Well, one of them is a live bidder. The other one is an advanced bid. I am at 4,100. Anybody in the room want to give me 42? 4,100 going once, twice. Sold that one online at $4,100. Backup bidder is online. $24.16, Center Street, Hancock. There it is. It's got an indoor swimming pool. I've got a $3,600 bid already online. Who in the room wants to give me 4,000 for it? Anybody? I had 4,000 back there. Anybody in the room want to give me 41? What about online? 41?
Yep.
41, 42. 43, 43,
Yep.
44, 45,
Yep.
46, 47,
Yep.
4,800, 49, $4,800, 49, and now 5,000, now 5,100,
Yep.
52, now 53, 54, 5,500. 54 in the room, 55 online, 5,600, 57,
Yep.
58, 59, $5,800 in the room,
Got it.
59 online, $6,000 now 61, 6,000 in the room. Going once, twice. That one is yours, 6,641. My backup bidder is online. $24.17. This is 2 side-by-side tracts out in the Silver River Reserve. There are association fees here. They're not much. I think they're around maybe $100 a year. I don't know if they're going to charge you for 1 or 2. This is 2 separate tracts. Together, they're a little bit over 20 acres, just shy of 23. They're on Brown Road, right before the curve to the south. I've already got $7,100 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room want to give me 72? Anybody in the room at 7,200? $7,100 online. Going once, twice.
Yep.
70. Did you get him, or do you have somebody online? You have 72 online?
Yeah.
72, 73, now 74,
Yep.
75, 76, 77, 78,
Yep.
79. I've got $7,800 online. Anybody in the room at 79?
I got it.
79 online. We'll give them a second here to see what they want to do with it. 2 bidders online. We are past my online advance bid. I'm at 8,100. Anybody in the room want to give me 82? 81 going once, twice. $8,100 online. Backup bidder is also online. Anybody here for 2419? I've got a circle in my book around 2420. Off the Sturgeon Road, 40 acres, does not have frontage on a public road. Not positive. I think we have sold this one or had it before, and we never did find any kind of an easement. Helicopter. $3,800. I've got it bid online. Anybody want to get? Well, we've got 39 online. Anybody in the room want to give me 4,000? Anybody here for this one today in the room? $3,900 online going once, twice.
Yep.
We've got 4,000 online. Let's see if they're done. Anybody at 41? 4,000 going once, twice. Sold that one online at $4,000. Backup bidder also online. We already sold 2421. So we'll go to 2422. Rice Road, waterfront, 100 feet on Rice Lake. I'm kind of thinking the 2 neighbors ought to be here. They were both home when we put the sign up. They were both staring out the windows like, If they got along before, maybe they won't anymore. I'm already at $4,200 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room want to give me 43? Anybody here for this one at 4,300? 43 right there. Anybody want to give me 44? What about online? 44 online, 4,500, 46. 45 in the room, 46 online, 4,700. Now 48.
Yep.
49. $5,000.
Yep.
5,100. He said he's done. 5,000
I
online.
got it.
Anybody? Now we've got another online bidder at 51. We will let them run with it for a second here, see where they end up. It's at $5,500, and they're still going. I think we have 3 different online bidders here. At least 2. Might take a minute. It's waterfront, and waterfront makes people crazy. $6,500. And still going. $6,800 is where it's at right now. It's plateaued. Anybody want to give me $6,900? 68 going once, twice. $6,800 online. Backup bidder also online. $2,423. Lake Linden Way. That's kind of rough looking. The inside looks a whole lot better than the outside. He's ready to buy it already. I haven't even opened it up yet. I need $2,300 for the one on Heckler Street. I've got it right there in the room. 23. Anybody want to give me 24? Anybody in the room at 2,400? 23 going once, twice. 2,300, 107. Thank you for buying that. I just thought I heard a horse in the front row. I don't have a circle around 2424. Is anybody here for 2424 today? The next page, 2425, is a bundle. It's got two parcels in it. They're adjacent. They're up on the side of the road, up kind of on top of the ledge there. We didn't see a driveway to get into these. So you might have to use a ladder to get your car up there to park or something. I've got $2,000 already bid online. Anybody in the room want to give me $2,100? $2,000 online, going once, twice. Sold it online. We're selling a lot of stuff online these days. Number 2427, I've got a bid for it online. This one's out at the village of Arcadia. It's difficult to get out to some of these. Takes you a little while, and some of the roads aren't the best. $900 I've got online. Anybody want to give me $950? $900 going once, twice. Sold that one online, $900. $2428, the village of Calumet, 7th Street. This one is occupied. As last I knew, is it still? It's still occupied. Nice house, well kept, the kind we don't often see in the sale. 7th Street is the location in Calumet. I've already got $7,700 bid online. Anybody want to give me 78?
Yep.
I've got it online. We'll give them a second here to do their arm wrestling. Anybody in the room want to jump in on this one? Let me see where it's at. I'm at 83. You want to give me 8,500? 85 right there. 86. You want to give me 9,000? 9. How about 91? What about 10? 10 and a quarter.
Yep.
Going to give me 11? 10 and a half. I've got 10 and a quarter online. At least he made the sale a little bit shorter. Anybody want to give me 10 and a half?
I got it.
10, well, now I got more. Yep, where are you at? You're at 10 and a half. You gonna give me 11? Where was he? 11? How about 11 and a half? What about 12? 12 and a half. 13. 12,750. That's as low as I can go. I'm at 12.5 right over here. 12,750. 13 and a quarter. I'm at 13 and a quarter. 13 and a half. 13,750. 14,000. 14 and a quarter. I'm at 14,000. Going once. 14 and a quarter online. 14.5. 14,750. 15,000. 15 and a quarter. 15 and a half. He said he's done. I'm at 15 and a quarter online with the guy who started online bidding to begin with. Anybody in the room at 15.5? I've got 15,250.
Got it.
Now 15.5 online. 2 bidders online. We'll just let them run until they're done, and then we'll let you know, and you can get back in if you want back in. It's at 16.5 right now. Anybody in the room at 16,750? I'm at 16.5 with an online bidder. Going once, twice. Sold it online, 16.5. Backup bidder is also online. Anybody here for 24.29 today? Anybody here on the next page for number 24.30? Now let's go down to 24.33. I've got a circle around this one on Kearsarge. It was built as a duplex, and he decided that he wanted the other half for his motorcycle. But he and the motorcycle are both gone now, and it's up for sale. I need $8,500 for it. The one side's put together pretty well. They were in the middle of remodeling. Anybody want to give me $8,500 for it? It's circled in my book. 85. Now we need 86. $8,500 right there going once. Twice. $8,500. What's the bidder number? 8,500, 675. Anybody here for 24.34? Anybody 24.34? On the next page, I don't have circles around the first two, 24.35 or 36. Is anybody here for either one of those two? Then let's go down to 24.37. I have a bid online for the one on Water Street. This is the Hancock Eagles Club. It is now temporarily a mushroom farm. It's pretty moist inside there. It's a little moldy. There's standing water in the basement. Out by the old hospital, this one has a lot of uses. It's very well built, but you're going to have to resurface the whole thing. Inside anyway. I'm at 13.5 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room at 13,750? And right down front, 13,750. 14 and a quarter. 14.5. Yep. You want to give me 15 and a quarter? Yep. How about 16 and a quarter? Yep. 17 and a quarter. Yep. 18 and a quarter. Yep. 19 and a quarter. Yep. 20,000 and a quarter. 21 and a quarter. 22 and a quarter. 23 and a quarter. Yep. 24 and a quarter. 25,000. 25,250. 25,500. 25,750. 26 and a quarter. Yep. 26,500. 26,750. I'm at 26.5 right down here in the front row. He's going to open up his own Eagles Club. Anybody want to give me 26,750? I've got 26.5 going once. Twice. You bought it. What's the bidder number? 26.5, 878. Backup bidder is online. Number 2438. We don't get a lot of homes in Hancock, but here's another one for you. I've got 6 bids online and a couple people in the room that said they wanted to buy this one. It's got a lot of stuff in it, but none of it, or at least not very much of it, is stinky. It's just stuff, clothing kind of stuff. I'm at 16,000 already online. Who wants to give me 16 and a quarter? Anybody in the room at 16,250? 16,250 back there. Now I need 16,500, 16,750, and 17,000. 17 and a quarter, 17 and a half, 17,750, and now 18 and a quarter, 18,500, 18,750, and 19. 19 1/4, 19.5, 19,750, $20,000. 20 1/4, 20 1/2, 20,750, and now 21. I've got 20,750 right there.
Got it.
21,000 online with a different live bidder. Now 21 1/4, 21 1/2,
Yep.
21,750, and now 22,000.
Yep.
22 1/4, 22 1/2,
Yep.
22,750, and now 23,000.
Yep.
23 1/4, 23 1/2,
Yep.
23,750, and now 24,000. 24 1/4, 24 1/2,
Yep.
24,750, 25,000.
Yep.
25 1/4, 25 1/2,
Yep.
25,750, 26,000.
Yep.
26 1/4. He's thinking 26 1/4, 26 1/2. 26 1/4, right there in the room going once. 26 1/2, 26,750. And now 27,000. 26,750, going once, twice. You bought it, 26,750. What's the bidder number? 26,750, 10, 14. Backup bidder is online. Anybody in the room for number 2440? Last one in Houghton County.
Yeah.
Somebody wants that opened up? Did I hear a yeah? No. Remember, anything that we have not sold, we will reoffer at the end of the sale if you want us to open it back up. Iron County, couple of announcements. One in particular. There are 5 structures in, I think, Iron River. Is that where they're at? There are 5 structures on the list in Iron River that the city has placed an administrative condemnation order on. It's not a building code enforcement officer, it's the city hall. And we're not quite clear on exactly the ramifications of it, but there are 5 in Iron River that if you're thinking about bidding on them, they're going to want you to fix them up right away, or they're making noise about taking them down. And those are 2710, 2720, 2721, 22, and 24. I'll mention those if we open them up, that they have a pending administrative order against them. So, Iron County, I do not have circles in my book around the first 2, 2700 or 2701. Do I have bidders here for either one of those 2? Those are both vacant lots. Anybody here for 2700 or 2701? 2702, I've got circled in my book, and I've got online bids to open it up. Sheltraw Road at Rocky Run. This is a newer development, and newer homes, the ones that are out there, split not in the far distant past. I am already at about $3,000. Anybody in the room want to give me 3,500? 35 right there. Anybody else in the room want to give me 36? Are we going to ride the teeter-totter in the room? I've got 35 right there, 36 online, 37, 38, 39, and now $4,000, 41, 4,200, 43, 44, 45, 46, 4,700, 48, 49, and now $5,000, 5,100. I've got $5,000 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room want to give me 5,100? Anybody new here on this one?
Yep.
51 with a different online bidder. One of these is an advanced bid, the other one is a live bidder. We'll give them just a minute here to get the arm wrestling done. It looks like it's heading for 6,000 or more. The online bidder that's live is clicking his button as fast and furious as he can because he's keeping right up with that advanced bid. It is at $6,600 and they're not done yet. $7,200 and still going. $8,200 and still going. $8,700 is where I'm now at. It may plateau right there. Anybody in the room want to give me $8,800? I've got 87 online, 88 in the room. Now I need 89. I've got 89 online. Now 9,000. 9,000. Now 91. This is 6 acres. 91, 9,200, 93,
Yep.
94, 9,500,
Yep.
96, 97,
Yep.
98, $9,700 online. Anybody want to give me 98? 97 going once, twice. 98, he's back in. Now 99.
Yep.
10,000. I've got $9,900 with an online bidder. Anybody want to give me 10? 99 going once, twice. $9,900 online. My backup bidder is 651. Anybody here for 2704 or 2705? Which one? 04. Let's open that up. 2704 off Rossetti Road. Does not front on Rossetti Road. As you can see on that map there, it's a rear piece. I'm pretty sure that usually when something like that is split up, there's typically an easement to it, but we didn't look that up because they're not affected. I need $600 for it. Do I have it back there? I got 600 in the room. Anybody want to give me 650? $600 going once, twice. You bought it. 1097. Anybody in the room for 2705? On the next page, I don't have anything on that whole page circled at all. If you're here for them, when I read the number, get your card up in the air and we'll open them up. 2706. Let's open that one up. 2706. County Road 424. Really great location, not far from the lake, but it needs some help. It's been kind of used probably seasonally, and now it's just sitting there. $2,900. Where's my bidder for that one? $2,900 right there. Anybody in the room want to give me 3,000? $2,900 with you going once, twice. $2,900, 1072. Anybody in the room for 2707? 2708. I got a card to my left. Let's open up 2708. It's in alpha. It's occupied as last we knew. Now they're gone, she says. It is now vacant. That makes the job easier. $1,600 I need. I've got it right there. Anybody want to give me 17? 16 in the room, going once, twice. $1,600, 1051. Anybody here for 2709? Vacant parcel in Alpha. What about 2710? Anybody here for that one? Bulldozer practice. On the next page, the only one I've got circled right now is 2715, the one at the end. I'll read the numbers. If you're interested in them, when I read your number, get your card up in the air. 2711. Let's sell that one. Brady Avenue. Looks like we got a lot of blue cards coming in on these iron parcels. Maybe they thought we were operating on Central Time and got here a little late. 2711 Brady Avenue. This one is in a really nice spot. The house ain't much, but the land is in a good spot. Iron River frontage, waterfront lot. Take the house down, put a new one up. It's already got a little bandstand right back there on the waterfront. $7,200 is what I'm looking for on that one. River frontage. Where's my bidder at 72? I've got it back there. Anybody want to give me 73? $7,200 going once, twice. 7,200, 1022. Remember, if you got the blue card, you might have missed the instructions earlier on. We cannot sell to anybody with delinquent property taxes. If you've got them, you shouldn't be bidding today in any of the counties in the sale. 2712. Anybody here for that one today? Anybody here for 2712? What about 2713? 2714. I've got a circle in my book around 2715. 3rd Street, Caspian. The driveway is still here. Nothing else here but the driveway. I've got $1,200. Who wants to give it? I've got 12 online, 13 in the room. 1,400, now 15, 16, 17, 1,800, 19, and now $2,000. 2,100, 21 in the room. Anybody want to give me 22? $2,100 right there going once. 22 online, now 2,300 and 24. 2,500, now 26. 27, 2,800. 29, and now $3,000. 31, now 32. 33, now 34. 3,500, now 36. $3,500, 36 online, 37, and now 3,800. 39, and now 4,000. 4,100, 42. 4,300, now 44. 4,500, 46. 4,700, 48. 4,700 in the room. Going once. 48 online. You want to give me 5,000 round number? 5,000, now 5,100. 5,000 in the room, 51 online. It must be the neighbor on the other side, now 52. 52, now 5,300. 54, 5,500. 56, now $5,700. 56 in the room. 57 online, 5,800, and now 59. 59, $6,000. They said they're done. $5,900 online. Anybody in the room want to give me $6,000? They're still talking. 59 online. Going once. Going twice. 6,000 in the room, now 61. $6,000 in the room right there, going once. Going twice. You bought it, $6,000 for $75. If the neighbor puts up a fence, you know who it was. On the next page, I've got two of them, 27, 16, and 18. Neither one are circled in my book. Anybody here for either one of those two today? 27, 16, or 18? On the next page, I've got the middle one circled, but not the first or last. Anybody in the room for 2720? Let's open up 2721. 2721 on Cayuga. That's the sound that an old Model T makes. Actually, not a bad place, except for some of the exterior porching is a little strange. $8,300. Where's my bidder for that one at $8,300? Somebody wanted it circled. Anybody here for that today? Going once. Twice. Oh, she's got beer over there. I like her already. You can get it right down the hallway. Should have brought in some, but it made all the prices higher. Anybody at 83? No sale. Anybody in the room for 2722? On the next page, I've got an online bid or two for 2723 2nd Avenue. $27.23. I'm already at $6,900 online. I've got $7,000 there. Anybody in the room going to give me 75? I got cards all over the place. You want to play that card game again? Let's play the card game. Who will give me 7,000? 7,500, 8,000, 8,500, 9,000, 9,500. Are you in? Still in? Is he still in, or is he 9,500? 10, 10 and a half, 11, 11 and a half. I've got you in at 11,000. Who wants to give me 11 and a quarter? Anybody? 11 and a quarter. 11 and a half. I've got you in at 11 and a quarter. Anybody here at 11.5? 11,250 with the young man right there going once. Twice. 11,250. What's your bidder number? 11,255, 74. My backup bidder, right to his side there. What's that number? Who is my backup bidder's 188. Anybody here for 2724? 2725. Let's open that one up. 2725 is in the village of Iron River. About an acre, vacant land. $1,600. I've got it right there. Anybody want to give me 1,700? 17, 18, 19, and now 2,000. 2,100. I've got you on at $2,000. Anybody at 2,100? 2,000 going once, twice. $2,000, number 1050. My backup bidder, what's your number down here? 1077. Anybody in the room for 2726? I've got some bidders here for 2727, so we'll open that one right on up. Virgil Street. Nice. These are the kind people like to buy. You can move right in. There was a bunch of personal property in here. It's all been removed. You don't have to worry about dealing with that. I'm at $6,600 online. It's got an addition on the back and a beautiful 2 garages. A little one connected to a big one. There's like a man cave and a half there. I'm at $6,600 online. I think we need to play the card game again. Who wants to give me 7,000 for this? If you will, put your card up in here and just leave it right there. 7,000, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and $15,000. 16. You still in? 16, 17, 18. I can't tell if you're in or not. I'm going to go with you at 15,000 to get that started. 15,000. Who wants to give me 15 and a quarter? Anybody anywhere in the room? 15 and a quarter, 15 and a half, 15, 750, and now 16. 16 and a quarter, 16 and a half, 16, 750, 17,000. 17 and a quarter, 17 and a half, 17, 750, 18,000. 18 and a quarter, 18.5, 18, 750, 19,000. 19 and a quarter. I've got 19,000 right there. You can't hardly build that garage for that kind of money. Who wants to give me 19 and a quarter?
Yep.
19 and a quarter online. 19.5, 19,750. 19.5 in the room.
Yep.
19,750 online with Doc. Now $20,000. 20 and a quarter. This is a live bidder online.
Yep.
20 and a quarter, 20 and a half. Now 20,750. 20 and a half sitting right here in front of me. Going once. Twice. You bought it 20 and a half, 583. My backup bidder is online. Anybody here for the 3 on the next page? 27, 28, 29, or 30? 27, 28. Anybody anywhere? 27, 29. 27, 30. The next page, there are 2 there that are not circled in my book. 27, 31. Anybody here for that one today? What about 27, 32? If we go buy them and you still want them after we're done, you come up and see us. We'll open them up at or above the minimum bid. We can't sell for any less than that today. Keweenaw County, we already sold that one, so now we're into Ontonagon. Into Ontonagon. 5100 we already sold. 5101. 20 acres off the North Country National Scenic Trail. Does not front on a public road. I've got 4 bids online for this, but it's at a mere paltry $850 for 20 acres. Who wants to give me a $1,000 bill for it? $1,000 right there. Who wants to give me $1,500? I know somebody in here will. Anybody at $1,500 for 20 acres? 15. 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 26, 27, 2,700. I've got 2,600 right there. Anybody in the room want to give me 2,700? 2,600 going once. 27, 28, 29, 3,000, 31, 32, 33, 34. You're still in, right? 35. I've got you in at 3,400. Anybody want to give me $3,500?
Yep.
35 online. 36. I've got $3,500 with an online bidder. Anybody at 36? 35 going once. Twice. 36 online. These are both live bidders. We'll let them go here for just a second. If they peter out, we will sell it. I'm at $3,700 online. Nope, they're not done. I need 41. It's at $4,000 with an online bidder. 4,000. Need 41. Going once.
I got it.
They're not done yet. Where are they? Going twice. Sold it online, $4,000. Backup bidders also online. $51.02 is two parcels that together are about 48 acres out in the Silver City area, not far from there at all. I'm at 10,750 online. Anybody in the room want to give me, how about 11? Anybody in the room want to give me 11 and a half? They're going faster than we can. I've got 12 online. You want to give me 12 and a half? How about 13? 13 and a half? 14. 14 and a half? 15. I've got 14 and a half here. Anybody else in the room? 14,750. 15. 15 and a quarter. We've got a paper absentee on this one. You want to give me 16? 16 and a quarter.
Yep.
17 and a quarter. 18 and a quarter.
Yep.
19 and a quarter. 20,000 and a quarter. 21 and a quarter.
Yep.
22 and a quarter. 23 and a quarter. 24 and a quarter. 25 and a quarter. 26, 25, 5. 25, 750. 26. 26 and a quarter. 26 and a half. It's like a slot machine. You just keep playing, you'll win sooner or later. I've got 26, 750. 27, 250. It's still going. Three online bidders. It's at 31.5 and still moving.
Taking a paper absentee now.
Back to a paper absentee, down to a paper absentee and one online bidder. Two online bidders. They like this one. 33.5 and still ticking along. .48 acres, frontage on a couple of rivers, walking distance to the beach. I'm at 34,000 with online bidders, and they're not done. We are at 34,750, 35,000, round numbers. Are they done? Nope, not yet. Let them run. Great place to spend your summer vacation during the 2 weeks that it's not snowing out there. I'm at 36,000 with an online bidder. Anybody want to give me 36,250? Going once, twice. He's back in. He just can't stay away. 36,250. It's like a junkie. I got 36,250 in the room. Anybody want to give me 36,500? We've got it online. 37, he says. I've got 37 in the room. Anybody want to give me 37,250? 37 going once, twice. You're about broke now. You got to be 738. 738 at $37,000. My backup bidder's online. Nice piece of property. On the next page, is anybody here for 5104? 5105 on Alder. I've got a circle in my book around 5107. Somebody here for 5107? It's circled in my book. We'll open it up if they're still here. I guess they changed their mind. What about 5108? Start digging through your books, looking at what we didn't sell. We'll reopen anything that has not already sold at or above the minimum bid. People bidding online that are bidding live, same thing. Go through the catalogs. If we haven't sold it, we would be happy to open it up and sell it to you. 5108, anybody here for that one today? 5109, I've got an online bid for it already in advance of the sale. Ridge Road. I do want to make the comment in 5109, 5110, there is a small sliver of land between the road and the property, so they don't actually front just exactly on the road. $850 on 8109. Anybody here for it at 900? 900. 950. Now I need a $1,000 bill. Remember, bidding online, they do not front exactly on the road. They're close, but not the cigar. I've got $1,000 online. Anybody want to give me $1,100? 1,000 online going once, twice. $1,000 online with a live bidder. Backup bidder is also online. Number 5110. Same thing. It's right next to the one we just sold. I'm already at $1,000 online. Same situation. Does not front exactly on the road. It's just a few feet off. Anybody want to give me $1,100 for it? $1,000 online. Going once. Twice.
11.
We've got 11. Anybody want to give me $1,200? 11 going once. Twice. Same bidder, different price, $1,100 online. Backup bidder also online. Number 5111, Mass Avenue, Mass City. Nice little house. We've sold a lot of houses in Mass City over the years. We've never sold one in this kind of condition, and that's a good thing. I've already got $5,200 bid online. 3 bidders online, and at least one here in the room. Who wants to give me $5,300? 53 right here. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and now 6,000. 6,100, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 7,000. 7,100, 72, 73, 74, 7,500, 76. I've got $7,500 right here in the room down front. Anybody at 76? 76, 77, 78. I've got 77 right here. What about 78 online? 79, and now 8,000. 79 in the room. Going once. Twice. $7,900, 571. Backup bidder is online. Anybody here today for 5112? The next two on that page we've already sold, 13 and 14. On the next page, I'm going to open up 5121. Or did I? I missed a page. Somebody went through my book and flipped some of the pages the wrong way. So we're going to go back to we're going to ask about 5116. Anybody in the room to bid on 5116? I've got bids on 5117, so let's open that one up. 3 bids online for this parcel. This one, we sold this before. The guy that owns the piece of property between this and the road says there's no access through his property to get to this one. I think there probably is. Remember what we said at the beginning of the sale, easements are not affected by tax foreclosure. I suspect that there's an easement through the front piece to get to the back one. You're going to want to research that to make sure. I can't guarantee it. I've got $2,900 with an online bidder. This is 14 acres. Who wants to give me $3,000? Anybody in the room here for this one? Maybe sometime the guy in front will just buy it and solve the dilemma forever. I've got 2 bidders online. One of them is an advanced bid. The other one is a live online bidder. We will let them go here for a minute. We'll let you know where they end up. See if anybody wants to get back in. It's at $4,000 right now. And they're not done. There is a road to the east of this parcel that it kind of appears like it might get into it, but I don't think it does. $5,400. And they're not done yet. I'm at $5,500. Anybody in the room at $5,600? Going once. 14 acres, going twice. Sold that one at $5,500 online. My backup bidder's also online. Maybe it'll stay sold this time. Anybody in the room to bid on 5118? 5119. I think there's a moose in the room. I've got a circle in my book around 5120. This is a very large home. I'm not sure if maybe it was an adult foster care or they just had a whole lot of kids. But it's got like 942 bedrooms. Was it foster care? Front part of that, 2-story part of that's probably the original building. They added on the side and then they added out that wing on the back. And that thing's about as big as a hospital back there. 5120. I've already got a $7,800 bid, $7,900 bid online. Anybody in the room want to give me $8,000 for it? Anybody with a lot of kids? A lot of friends? I got $8,000 online. Anybody? Let's, they're off to the races. 2 live bidders. You want to shoot a bid in? 82. 8,200 in the room. What about 83 online? We've got it online. 84. If you keep bidding, sooner or later you will win. 84, now 85.
Yep.
86. 86, now 87.
Yep.
88. 89.
Yep.
$9,000, now 9,100.
Yep.
92. 93.
Yep.
94. 9,500. 96. 97. 98. 99. $10,000. 10 and a quarter.
Yep.
10 and a half. I've got $10,250 online. Anybody want to give me 10.5? 10,250 going once, twice. Sold it online for 10,250. My backup bidder in the room. What's his number over there? 1051. Now, on to the next page. It starts with 5121. We're running out of stuff here. Buy up. Christmas is coming. Nothing says I love you like a vacant lot at Christmas. 5121 North Baltimore Road. 7.5 acres. It is somewhat terrain challenged. Goes down to a creek, 480 feet along Cooks Creek out there on Baltimore Road. I've got $1,500 bid online whenever it gets up there. Froze on us or something. I've got $1,600 online. Anybody want to give me 17? Right down front, I got it. 17 here. Anybody want to give me 18?
Yep.
18, now 1,900 and $2,000.
Yep.
21, 22,
Yep.
2300, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, $2,700 right down front, 28 online now, 2,900, $3,000,
Yep.
31, now 32,
Yep.
30, 33, 3,400,
Yep.
35, 3,600,
Yep.
37. Come on, money bags. I got 36 online. Anybody? I've got 37 online. They're ganging up on you now. 2 online live bidders. We'll see where they end up. We'll let you back in if you want back in. They're just ratcheting it up right now. It's at 4,100. Anybody in the room want to give me 42? 4,100 going once. Twice. Sold it online, $4,100. They'll buy it anyway. Yeah.
Lot 2257, what the winning bid was.
$1,600.
All right, thank you.
Is that what's not in the system?
What it is.
Oh. Anybody in the room for 5122? Anybody here for that? 5123, I've got a couple of online bidders and a couple more in the room, US 45. This is a small acreage piece, 7 acres. This is just north of Bruce Crossing on the east side of the road, a couple miles north. I've already got $1,100 bid online. Little wet, but it's usable. Who wants to give me $1,200 for it? Anybody in the room at 12? $1,100 online. 12 online. 13, now 1,400. Oh, 13, now 14.
15.
15 online. 1,600. 16, I've got $1,500 online.
I got 16.
We've got 16 online. We're going to let the online bidders duke it out for a second. There's one advance bid. The other one is a live bidder. We'll let them go for a minute here, see where we end up. Multiple bidders here, 3 of them, 1 advance, 2 online, maybe 3 online live bidders. It's at $3,600 and still moving. $3,600. Anybody in the room want to give me 37? $3,600 online going once, twice. $3,600 online. Backup bidders also online. Anybody in the room for 5124? What about 5125? You want 25 opened up? Let's open up 5125. River Street on Tanagan. Great big old house. One of the neighbors came across the street and said, until the last people lived there, it was a really nice place. I guess they just came in and raised all kinds of hell. Party time. Like Ontanagan's version of a frat house. I need $5,100 for it. Interested? 5,100? 51. Anybody want to give me 5,200? 51 going once. Twice. You bought it. What's the bidder number? 5,100, number 10, 51. No backup bidder on that. Sold at the minimum bid. On the last page now. Anybody in the room here for 5126? Number 5127, I've got circled here in the room. Do I have a bidder for the one on Michigan Avenue? 5127. Anybody here for that one today? It's circled in my book, but I'm not sure why. Sometimes the neighbors like to buy them and knock them down. 5128, I've got an online bid for. River Street on Tanagan. It is the old dry dock bar. There are 2 or 3 apartments over the second floor. Pretty solid shape. It would not be the first bar in downtown Ontonagon that we've sold over the years. $6,900. I've got bid online already at $7,300. Anybody in the room want to give me about 75? I've got 75 right there. 76.
Yep.
77. 78. 79. $8,000. Now 8,100 and 82.
Yep.
83, 84, 85, 8,600,
Yep.
87, now 88, 89, 9,000, 9,100, 92, 9,300, 94, 9,500, 96, 97, 98,
Sorry, it's just, yep.
99, and now 10,000. I've got $9,900 right there with you. Anybody want to give me 10,000? No liquor license included, no beer in the coolers. It's just the building. $9,900 going once, twice. You bought it. 1051. $9,900. 1051. Backup bidder is online. If there's anything in that book that you want us to open back up at that minimum bid, let us know, and we will do so at 10 after 3. You've got about 10, 12 minutes to come up and let us know what you want to bid on. If there's anything left you do want us to open back up. We're going to talk to the online bidders too. We weren't waiting for them when we skipped pieces, so it's only fair that we let them get their chops back in if they want to get back in. So at 10 after 3, we'll open things back up. Gogebic County wants to remind you, and some others may do this as well, everything not sold today is going to be bought.